Imagine an island where everyone who lands on it dies. Criminals, executioners, no exceptions. No one escapes. No one returns. And yet, they keep sending people there. Because somewhere on that island is the elixir of life. Hell's Paradise isn't about surviving an island. It's about whether a man who lost his humanity can find it again before the island takes what's left. Hell's Paradise drops us into Edo-period Japan, but this isn't your typical historical setting. The world is already rotting from the inside. Corrupt officials, ruthless clans, a justice system built on public execution and spectacle. Criminals are killed publicly, and the worst of them are given one final choice: find the elixir of life on a mysterious island. Bring it back. Earn a pardon. Sounds simple, right? Except no one has ever returned. Not one person. This island is called Shinsenkyo, the so-called paradise. And the moment you step onto its shore, reality breaks. Flowers pulse like organs. Creatures resemble humans, just enough to be wrong. Life grows where death should be. And the island doesn't just kill you, it changes you. It strips you down until you forget what being human even meant. But here's what makes Hell's Paradise different. Every criminal is paired with an executioner from the Yamada Asaemon clan, elite sword masters ordered to watch them and kill them the moment they step out of line. So survival isn't just about the island. It's about the person standing right beside you. Trust is dangerous. Betrayal is expected. And yet, trust is the only thing that keeps anyone alive. At the center of all this is Gabimaru the Hollow. And that name isn't a title. It's a diagnosis. Gabimaru was raised as a weapon. No emotion, no hesitation, no attachment. He's killed so many people he stopped counting. They've burned him, poisoned him, tortured him, and still, he won't die. But here's the tragedy. Gabimaru doesn't want to be unkillable. He wants to go home, to his wife, Yui, the one person who ever treated him like a human being. The problem is, Gabimaru can't remember what love feels like. He understands it logically, but emotionally, there's nothing there. He's fighting for a feeling he can't even reach anymore. That's where Sagiri comes in. Sagiri is Gabimaru's assigned executioner, and she's fighting her own battle. As a woman in the Yamada Asaemon clan, she's constantly told she's too soft, too emotional, too weak to carry a sword. When she's ordered to execute Gabimaru, she hesitates. Not because she's weak, but because she sees something everyone else missed. A man who wants to feel again. Their relationship is the heart of Hell's Paradise. Gabimaru teaches Sagiri strength through action. Sagiri teaches Gabimaru humanity through empathy. They don't just survive together, they rebuild each other. And watching Gabimaru shift from, "I need to survive," to, "I need to protect her," is one of the most quietly powerful character arcs in recent anime. Now let's talk about Shinsenkyo itself, because this island is a character. On the surface, it's beautiful. Lush colors, dreamlike landscapes, almost peaceful, but it's a lie. Shinsenkyo is a graveyard, pretending to be a garden. Flowers bloom from corpses. Butterflies are made of human flesh. Death wears a smile here. The island is ruled by the Tensen, immortal beings created through twisted Taoist experiments. They were meant to achieve enlightenment. Instead, they became monsters. Under the command of Rian, a woman obsessed with resurrecting her dead husband, the Tensen harvest human life energy Tao to create the elixir of life. And in trying to defeat death, they abandon their humanity entirely. This is where Hell's Paradise truly stands apart. The violence isn't meaningless. Every death reflects a choice. Every transformation asks a question. How much of yourself can you lose before you're no longer you? Shinsenkyo believes in balance, life and death, strength and weakness, yin and yang. But the series challenges that idea. True balance isn't perfection. It's accepting imperfection. Gabimaru doesn't need to be emotionless. And he doesn't need to be pure. He just needs to be whole. The supporting cast reinforces this theme beautifully. Yuzuriha hides loneliness behind seduction. Shion, though blind, sees truth more clearly than anyone. Chobei and Toma's brotherhood is so twisted it becomes tragic. Even when characters die, they matter because their deaths change the people who survive. Hell's Paradise understands something most death game anime don't. The point isn't who dies, it's who changes. And that's why the ending of Season 1 hits so hard. When Gabimaru finally screams Yui's name not out of obligation, but desperation, you feel it. Because you've watched a dead man come back to life. Now let's talk about what's coming. Season 2 isn't just about stronger enemies. It's about harder choices. The Tensen will no longer feel untouchable, and the truth behind Shinsenkyo will reframe everything you thought you understood. Tau combat will evolve from survival tactics into full-scale warfare, where the island itself becomes a weapon. And Gabimaru? Feeling again was only the first step. Now he has to decide what those emotions are worth when the island refuses to let him leave. So if you haven't watched Hell's Paradise yet, now is the time. And if you have, what are you most excited to see in Season 2? Because when we return to Shinsenkyo, nobody is leaving the same way they came in.